baby. Thank you for coming into my life 12 years ago. Thank you for picking me, and thank you for picking Daddy, becoming a part of our pack. Thank you for growing up with me, because I really didn't grow up until I knew you. You helped me to grow up. You helped me to know what love is. You kept me laughing during the darkest times. You always kept me entertained. When I was depressed, you slept with me. You cuddled me. You kissed me and made me laugh. You bit me on the nose. Just a little bit too much sometimes, but it always made me laugh anyways, because I knew you meant well. You would come home when I got out of the car. You'd be greeting me at the back door. You'd know the sound of my car. And you would just put your little paws up on my knees, and I would bend down and we would kiss. Our little noses would meet. And your brother always knew where he was in the pack. He was always 2 feet behind you. And sometimes you would eat lying down because you just didn't feel like standing up. And you always begged for people food, from ice cream to rotisserie chicken. You were always looking for what Mommy had in her bag when she got home. We would lay down and take naps together. Cook dinner together, and Daddy would come up to me with you in his arms like a baby. And I would say, "Put the cat down, honey. I'm trying to cook dinner." And he'd say, "Just give him a kiss." And then he would put you on the island where you could watch me finish making dinner. And then we would let you sit there while we ate. And you would take your little paw and try to reach whatever you could on my plate and pretend like you weren't doing it because you weren't looking. And you would look at your paw to see if anything landed on it. And then after dinner you would go outside and you would try to stalk little baby bunnies and bunnies. You brought 2 of them in the house, so you're always on the hunt for that 3rd one. And then when you got tired of being outside and Mommy was already inside, you would just open up the back door and let yourself in. And Peanut would come in behind you. You'd let all the flies in the house because you didn't shut the door behind you. Sometimes it might be a few minutes before I realized you had done that. And if Mommy and Daddy were talking on the front porch, you would just go crazy because you didn't want to be without us, and you wondered what we were doing out there, because that was an area that you never got to go. And so you would get full of anxiety and you would try to open the front door, and sometimes you would succeed. Actually, quite often you would succeed. But I was always listening for it because I didn't want you to get run over by a car. So as soon as I saw that door prop open just an inch, I was shutting it in your face. Hello, baby. Hello. You were the first smile I had every morning and the last smile I had every night before I went to bed. And playtime? Oh my goodness, playtime. Daddy played with you so good. He was the best player, wasn't he? He knew how to entertain you for a good 20, 30 minutes, and you just kept going and going and going, and you wouldn't stop. You just wanted to play and play and play until Daddy was ready to stop. You just kept going through that little carrier with the little things on the sticks. And then at the end you got Miss Birdie. And I think Miss Birdie was your favorite that we ever got you. Your last toy was one of your favorites. And you were such a pack member, and we did everything with you all the time. We always had you by our side no matter what. That when the snowpocalypse came, and it was 40 degrees in the house for 4 days and nights, we kept you by our side at every minute because we tried to keep you warm. I didn't want you to catch cold and die. So I gathered you in blankets and old fake fur coat on an ottoman in front of the hearth. And little did I know that you would get smoke inhalation from that experience. And that would trigger asthma, and the asthma would trigger cardiomyopathy. And on top of the hyperthyroid that you already had, it just made things worse. Hang in there, little buddy. Hang in there until tomorrow, please. We want to see you go out in the best possible way. We don't want you to suffer. Please, Lord Jesus, don't let him suffer. I know there's a million stories that I'm forgetting. Like the time that, we went on vacation and we set up this Pet Cube Smart thing, or Pet Cube Bites, and we could see what you were doing, and you could hear us. We could call you on the intercom, and you could come up to the box, and yet Mommy's not there. But you could hear my voice, and you were like, what is this? But I got to fling treats out at you, and that was kind of amusing. You fell for it. And when Halloween came around, you always wanted to greet every trick-or-treater because you had fear of missing out. And one time we had this little boy, he was about 4 years old, and he asked me about my dog because he thought you were a dog because you were just sitting there so perfectly by the door watching everybody come and get their treats. And there was a time when I had a big Christmas party with like 50 people. And you sat at the chair by the door and you greeted everybody coming in, and you said goodbye to everybody as they left, and you guarded this table right here in the dining room because it had a big honey baked ham on it, and you were just waiting for all the people to leave so you could jump up on the table and pig out on that ham. And here I thought you were just being such a good host. I have so many memories of you, baby. So many. And I have 50,000 pictures to prove it. And Daddy always wondered when there was going to be enough pictures. And I said, never. It's never going to be enough pictures. And so we're going to play all of your pictures every day and remember every minute and laugh and reminisce about all the fun and the good times that we had, and we're going to be happy for you, for where you are, and for the fact that you are feeling better. And that you're not suffering anymore on this earthly body. and that you can play with those baby bunnies now, and you can play with them to your heart's content, and they'll let you chase them, but they might actually let you catch them too. And we just wrote a really good chapter in the book for the last 12 years. Significant part of Mommy and Daddy's book. Our fur baby. Our beautiful fur baby. The best fur baby anybody's ever had. I don't know how Jesus made us so lucky